All right, let's go ahead and look at how you can earn an Office Sway badge, and we'll look at all the levels again in this video. So like the Office Mix video, this one is an all-in-one. It'll be linked on each level, but it is the same video for each of the 3 levels. So if you've watched it on one of the other ones, there's no reason to watch it all 3 times as you're applying for this. But Microsoft Sway is essentially what I'm going to call kind of an online presentation, but kind of a catalog or magazine type of presentation tool, and I think you guys can come up with some creative ways in classes to use it with students. Again, your students will have access to this at least from 6th grade up, and as they do, they'll be able to create and do the things that they need to do here just like you can. I'm not going to go as in-depth into Office Sway as I would need to as far as a full feature presentation, but I am going to give you enough to know what you need to do with 3 badges and enough to write a summary for your first level badge. So level 1 is again writing a summary of what it is that you learned about from this video. So watch the video, write a summary in Word, and then go ahead and upload that right here under the document upload for attaching evidence. Level 2 again is about you using it, and so you're going to create your first Sway, find that link, and you're going to send us the link right here. And then level 3 again is about your students using it. So those of you 6th grade up who have student accounts can do it that way. Some of you may have to go at the lower levels right now since they don't have student accounts, but you can have them work within your account, I guess, if you're comfortable doing that. I would do that only if I actively am monitoring their work, but they could do that maybe in small groups or maybe help you come up with content and they build the content and you actually put it into the Sway, and you could still earn a level 3 that way, even if they're not actively being the ones to put all the information in there. But you compiling a bunch of information about students, or not information about students, but providing samples or sharing samples of student work through an Office Sway. So those of you that don't have student access, that would be a way you could still earn this level 3 badge, even though you don't have, or your students don't have account. Click on my waffle menu with the little white squares up here in the upper left-hand corner. So if I do that, I can go ahead and click on the Office Sway tile, and I'm brought into the spot where I can go ahead and create a Sway. Now I'm going to look at this. This is actually the first newsletter that we have never sent out. It was a review of what we did at our tech conference. So if I click on that, you can see that I'm brought into the editor for Sway, and I've got the ability to insert things. I've got cards, I've got the chance to design, I've got a navigation feature, and then I've got the remix. And I'm going to go ahead and play with all of these features just very briefly to give you an idea of what it looks like to build a Sway, and then you can go and look at some of the preview Sways that are out there. And I'm going to go ahead and click over here to preview it, and now you can see as I go through here, I'm going to toggle through here using these left and right arrows, and I can scroll through and you see the different information that I've shared. This is all stuff that I've uploaded, whether it be pictures, I could upload videos, I could upload SoundCloud information and music and audio files. I have text and pictures, and the dynamic of it here, this is a left to right navigation. I can also have it scroll up and down, kind of like a web page. But here I can see all the cool things that we were talking about in what was supposed to be our first newsletter. But I can go back up here and I want to edit this Sway. So I just wait. Now that comes up here. I can share this and have other people helping me with it, but I'm going to start with the Insert tab. And here I can insert different pieces. So when I click on the Suggested tab here, I can go ahead and upload things from OneDrive. Now understand this is the OneDrive personal account, not our business account, so don't get confused or frustrated by that. You're welcome to make a personal Microsoft account and go ahead and attach things from that perspective, but you got Flickr and Bing and YouTube and Twitter, and when you go to the add a source, that's going to actually give you the option to tell Sway what you want them to add, and then you can upload things from your computer by clicking on the upload portion here. So if your students are creating a video somewhere else and you want to include that in here, you would upload that information from your computer and be able to insert those kind of things into Sway. Now your cards kind of get into the layout of what you're doing, and so here's where I can add text and headings and pictures and videos, tweets and different things this way. So if I wanted to insert a video card, what I would do is I would just click and hold that and drag it over here to the spot that I want to put it in. You notice the green bar says, hey, this is where we're going to set that information. I can then click on the add a video, and I can go out and find that video that I wanted to deal with. Or again, I can click up here on suggested, and I can go and upload the video from my stuff, from my computer files that I have. So I've got several different options, and then I can put a caption here and type in whatever information I wanted to type, and I've got some basic text editing options for that caption. And when I do that, I'm going to take this out because I'm going to look now instead at some of the things that I've already built into this one. But as I do that, I've got here a title card, all right? And I can put in my title here, and I can go ahead and click on that and edit this stuff that I've already got inside of it. And I can change the focus points. Again, there's a lot of stuff in here that one video isn't going to do it justice, and I'm not going to try to do that. Now, if I wanted to add specific information underneath this little section here, or this little card, and I'm going to go back over here to the Cards tab first, here's where I can go ahead and just click on that as well, and then I can tell it what type of option or what type of thing that I want to put into it. So if I didn't have things, or if I didn't have specific things from this list over here that I wanted to add in, or I didn't want to have to worry about dragging, I can click on that little plus sign instead, and that will give me the ability to add new things in. So I know that this is a text type of box, and I see that because they give me the headline here that shows me. This won't show up in my actual view of the presentation, but it tells me what kind of card that is from over here. And you can see that I've put several different things in here as I scroll through the page, and I can move those pictures around. Now, you have to play around a little bit with the design, but I do want to at least mention something because this question comes up a lot in different programs. But let's say I wanted to go ahead and put a link to SSIS's website right here. If I click within text that I've already built and I highlight that text, then I've got the hyperlink button right up here. So I would click a button, and then I would go out and get that web address, and I would paste that right in here. Okay, I'm not going to do that here, but that's how I've created some of these links over here like this that will take my visitors out to specific spots. So if I'm doing this as a lesson plan template, so to speak, I could go ahead and have the links that my students need to get to from that. Or if your students are creating one, they can put links out to other research, other information, other evidence that they might need to show you as the teacher what it is that they want, or what they want to share with the people that are going to view this, and the things that they want to link them out to and have them visit. So the hyperlink piece is something I get a lot of questions about just in different programs. So, and that concept is similar throughout. The logo and the icon that you see for it may be a little bit different, but same type of setting. Now here I've added a heading in, and that heading I just made a picture. Notice I didn't put any text here. That's okay. I have those options. Here I did a heading that says one-to-one news. And if I go to preview that, we're going to go ahead and look at what these things look like within the SWAY itself. So I come back over and I click on this to preview it. And as I scroll through here, you kind of see the different things that we've put in there. But I want to look at those two specifically. So here was that header that I didn't put any text with it, and it just gives me a big image there. There's several different ways you can play with the actual layout of how your stuff looks. And then here's a different one. Here, this one had some text with it, and the actual header itself had this information over it. And so that's kind of put as a bubble or a text box above the image that you see. This one over here was a plain image. Now when we go back to the cards and we look here, now you can see what I mean. So here the one-to-one news was laid over this image here, and here there wasn't anything, and so there was nothing over that image. Again, you're going to have to get in and kind of click around and play with that a little bit. And if you need help, by all means, contact Brooke Dowdy or myself, and we would be more than willing to come out and meet with you personally to walk you through how some of this stuff works. But the best way for you to learn is just by clicking. And remember that your sways are going to get better as time goes on and as you get more comfortable using the program. But again, just different looks, just bringing in a picture. The heading there has the picture and now the teacher badges, and then there's some text information, and we talk about some gaming pieces there and convocation and different things that are here. These are just pictures, and those pictures are brought in as a group slideshow, and then you come in here and look at that. And again, we'll preview our sway. And you see again just basic text boxes. Here's another header with some text put over it. And then here's the text that was below that in my design. Here's the picture that was laid out. Here's convocation again as another header. And then here's a photo gallery. And you notice the photo gallery, when you're on those, they have this little directional arrow showing me how to navigate through. And I could see several different pictures from that photo gallery. So there's a lot of dynamic ways that you could build out an Office Sway. The beautiful part of it is when you get to your design, you can click on here and you could click out and change, kind of like not Photoshop, how PowerPoint works. And you can change out the main font styles. You can change out the backgrounds and how the overall feel is. And then over here you can change out the navigation. And again, this is more of that free-flowing up and down, scrolling vertically. Here's the free-flowing scrolling horizontally. And then when you click on this one's optimized for a presentation, just like a slideshow would be in PowerPoint. So it's got some abilities to do that. Now, you can quickly change the design and the navigation by clicking this remix button. And each time you click it, it's going to put a different theme, style, and a different design navigation with it. So you just click that remix and it'll automatically do that several times over. When you're ready to share your Office Sway, you're going to come up here to share. And right here is the link that you're going to share with us once you've done yours in level 2 and level 3. Or when your students do it in level 3, you would obviously submit their link. But this is the link that we're looking for. And again, it's under the shared feature up here. And you come over here, copy this link, and you'll submit that in Credly, just like we've talked about before, by clicking on the link here in a level 2 or level 3 and pasting that in right there. Now, you're going to give an overview then of what Office Sway will be for you and how you think you would use it to earn your level 1 badge. You'll do that in Word, and then you'll upload that file right there using the Upload Evidence File icon. Again, not meant to be an in-depth view of how to do Office Sway. We're avoiding those feature sessions because at this point we feel like your best way for you to learn is to get in and click. But please understand that if you feel like you're just not up to speed or you're not comfortable yet getting around and playing with it, by all means, we want to come help you face to face. You just need to email one of us, and once you do, we'll, depending on what grade level it is, we'll come out, set up a time with you, and if we have enough people at the same time that are interested, we'll go ahead and set up a face-to-face session with multiple people all at once. But we want to set up those trainings and those feature sessions more as a one-to-one type of setting so that this learning is really what you need, not coming to a full-fledged group presentation where we go through a bunch of things that we think everybody needs, but only half of you really need the information. So the whole badge system here is just to make sure that you guys are able to get the training that you need at the level that you need when you need it. Obviously, there's only 2 of us to do that, but as we continue to build this up, we're going to have other teachers that are going to be able to help train you, and hopefully in your PLC groups, you guys can start to work on that together and earn these badges together and even create some sways together. If you guys do a group one, we'd love to see the collaboration on that. Just remember that it does need to be stuff that you're using in class as you present it to us. Hopefully this helps get you ready to earn the levels 1, 2, and 3 Office Sway badges. Thank you.